Hello, my lovely masters! Welcome back to another video! I am so happy to show you guys all the next YCH. This was commissioned by Nora, which is the Green Goblin girl you guys always see on my TikTok page. She is such a wonderful client, and she's just so lovely to work with, so I'm super happy to get started on this YCH for her. I already started with the sketch, so in this video, we're going to be doing the line art and the animation. It should be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm pretty sure you guys would like that. And so will the YouTube algorithm. Alright, let's get started. So we're just going to continue the line art on a different layer for her lower body. Oh, I probably should have been continuing the line art underneath. I forgot. Let me fix that right now. Alright, that is a lot better. Let me not forget next time. Alright, we're super close to wrapping up the line art, apart from the eyes and the mouth, which I think I'm going to do that on a separate layer too, just so it's a little easier to edit. Alright, well, the line art is done. Here's how it looks. I did add some line variants in a few different places where the lines meet. Oh, I need to fill in the ear too. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Alright, now we're just going to work on the face now. I think out of my whole process, I think the eyes are what takes me the longest because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to them. I just want them to look very pretty. Alright, there goes the basis of the eyes done. We can now move on to... I think I'm going to do the eyes next. Alright, the eyes are looking really good. So now let's do the eyebrows and then the mouth. Okay, so the mouth is going to need two different layers. Obviously, from the last time, we need to have the mouth and the tongue be on top of the spoon so it looks like they're sipping from it. Alright, and then this means our line art is done. Our next step is to color and then render. I didn't put a lot of rendering onto Arachne's, but I did put a lot of pizzazz. So we're going to be doing that with Nora's as well. Oops, I put the freckles on the wrong layer, so we're just gonna duplicate that, erase it from the wrong layer, and merge it with the right one. Alrighty, that's a lot better. Alright, now that that's colored, we're gonna move on to the body, and then we're gonna render everything. and now the body's done. My next step, I'm going to render the face first because I really want to make the eyes pretty. So I'm going to get started on that one. So usually when I draw eyes, I darken the side that the side that the iris won't be on. So since the iris is going to be right here, I'm going to darken this over here. And since the iris is going to be over here, I darken over there, which needs a little bit more darkening. And since this is a chibi, I'm not going to put as much detail, but it's going to be enough detail to where it looks super pretty. So with Nora's eyes, I decided to do a dark blue for the shading, then a light pink for the lighter color. I thought it would bring a lot more depth into her purple eyes, and I have just been obsessed with wanting to draw them again. I actually did something very similar with my own OC where I used blue as an accent color and then a lighter pink as a lighting color. Though I do use a dark red still to shade mainly, and the blue is just an accent. I think I'm gonna add a color dodge layer just to add more color because they do look a little dull and I just want to brighten them up a lot more. So we are going to put the color dodge layer below the multiply layer, and I just love the effect that gives. Whenever I'm not able to put too much detail into the eyes, I always put a color dodge layer, and it just looks all the more better. Alright, now that tells us it for the eyes. Let's move on to everything else. So since Nora's hair is two different tones, I'm gonna turn up the strength just so it goes through all the purple whenever I click on it. It does take some trial and error, but eventually we'll get a good amount without needing to struggle. Oh, like that good chunk right there. Alright, so how I did the rendering for Arachne is, I don't think I used a screen layer. I actually used a colored... Oh, I wish it would add a new layer. Thank you. I actually used a color dodge layer and then lightly airbrushed some over here just to give it a nice little pop. Now, purple can get a little tricky when it comes to color dodge, so you kind of just gotta play around with it, see how it looks, which I do kind of like that. It looks bright and colorful, which I'll definitely go for. Alright, I'm just going to turn the head, eyes, and face off so I can render the skin and the body. Alright, now that the skin's done, let's move on to the clothes, which should be relatively quick, and then right after we can go on to animating. So since a lot of the same colors overlap, I decided to do it all in sections instead of just selecting everything and then rendering everything, because it could be a little awkward and can cause some overlapping shading that doesn't look proper. Alright, I'm just gonna take a gander at how this looks all together. And honestly, it looks really adorable. I can't wait to animate it. Alright, rendering's all done. Let's put this in Flip-A-Clip now. Alrighty, so I got in Nora's first half of the animation. Since I have a consensus of what the YCH is supposed to look like, I'm able to just fly right through this. If anything, I can finish this by today and be able to nap because I still haven't slept. I am just the best artist. So as you can see, we're using Arachne's base in order to time the YCH properly. I noticed that I managed to line up the sounds pretty darn well for Arachne's YCH, so we're going to use that as a way to time Nora's YCH, just so everything is fitting together perfectly. Be gone, Arachnobat. It is time for Nora. You must vanish now. Okay, this next frame is when we're going to start with Nora's unique animation. I decided to do something all the more cuter rather than just tilting her head. It's also so the two YCHs can be just a little bit more unique because I love just, even though it's a YCH, I love giving them their own like personality because they are their own characters and I don't mind putting in the extra work. So a nice thing about Flip a Clip, if you select it using the lasso, the next frame would also have the lasso. So I'm gonna have Nora look up a little bit, and I am going to need to move her face as well in order for it to, work together instead of it just looking like the face is standing still for some odd reason, even though the face is connected to the head. I might need to go into IBS in order to move the position of her irises. I feel like that would make it look all the more better and tie everything together. Looking great so far. Alrighty, I'm feeling great about this. Hopefully I can be done with this before at least 2 p.m. I feel like that's a good rough estimate as to when I'd be done. Okay, so I noticed that the frames stay still, but we're just going to erase Arachne from them so we can just steal the spoon and the question mark. Sorry, Arachne, you're being eliminated today. Oops, his top of the head remains. Uh-oh. Alright, let's add in Nora's head for these other 2 frames, and eyes. Let's not forget the eyes, too. Working in pieces like this can be a little time-consuming, but it's all the more worth it because you have a much more cleaner end piece. Soup is about to make contact. I repeat, the soup is about to make contact. So we have to be a little careful on these layers because these layers right over here has the fixed up pieces of the spoon. So if I end up erasing it, I could end up messing everything up, but that's not gonna happen now, is it? So I am gonna have Nora's reaction change a little bit when the spoon comes a little closer. I think I'm going to start it from this frame over here so the sudden change doesn't look as jarring. We're going to change up her eyes over here, and we're just going to make them a little angry kind of looking. Or maybe just a little squinted shut. I think that would be a lot better. You know, make her eyes go down again. Maybe even shrink the irises a little bit to show that shock. So as you notice, the eyes do go forward a little bit when they're not supposed to, so we're just going to try to fix that as best as we can. Flip a Clip can be a little wonky with this, but I think I know how to fix it. I think that should be okay. Let's just check out how it looks real quick. I hope it looks good. I forgot that it suddenly changes back to Arachne and got very concerned why I saw blue. Oh my goodness, that gave me a little jump scare. Now we're just gonna keep erasing Arachne until, it's all Nora. Oh. 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 I did the thing that I said I wasn't gonna do. Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna be a little bit more mindful. We gotta keep in the lines when we're selecting the character, or else the spoon's gonna get caught in it. It's kind of like that meme, the fork in the garbage disposal. Ding, 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 ding. I'm sleep deprived. I think instead of erasing then placing, I'm gonna go straight ahead and just erase everything from Arachne and then place in Nora. I think that would actually be a lot easier and a little less time consuming. That is a scary scene of a faceless Nora. We will fix that, definitely. We are going to fix that right now. I think I'm going to... Ooh. I guess we're going to reuse that face. Sometimes I hate it whenever my iPad does that. Sometimes whenever I slide at the bottom, it goes onto like a different screen, and sometimes I wish it didn't do that. So we're just gonna use that face that was right here, the angry one. Now, we are going to give her a quick and simple mouth. We don't need to add any buildup towards it because, it was already covered with a spoon, so no buildup needed. Though I think I should do the mouth from the beginning because she will need to lick it out. She will need to lick the soup. The sopa. Alright, so now we're at the part where Nora needs to have her tongue sticking out in order to lick up the soup. So we're just gonna get that all prepped and make sure it looks correct. Oh, I almost missed a spot. Let's get that one out of here. I just want to triple check how many how many frames we're supposed to end off on just in case. Okay, 136, that will be noted. So what I'm going to do is just select all the Arachne frames, delete them, and then refill them with the Nora frames that are now the final 2 frames. And then we should all be done with Nora's commission. And that should be it. Let's all view it all together and see how it looks. I think it'd be kind of cute if I add a little angry, oh, I forgot the word. Where it shows that the character is angry, the little, red thingy. Whatever it's called, I forgot. So what I'm doing now, I'm skipping 2 frames. So instead of going back and forth, I can go through with one of the, angry indicators, go through all the way, and then do the same thing with the other ones following after. I might have miscalculated. I was supposed to do 3 instead of 2. My bad, I kind of blame not having any sleep. Okay, that should be a lot better than what I originally did. And now we are done! Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did a double upload today, or more than likely did a upload yesterday, then today at time I decide to edit and then post the video. But I recorded these back to back, and I'm so glad that I managed to get 2 things done today. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good one, okay? Bye!